If you're using Claude, you're probably burning tokens that you don't need to. Every tool you connect, whether it's Gmail, websites, databases, it loads into Claude's working memory the moment that it's used. And here's the part that really hurts. It stays there. Even after you've moved on from it, Claude is holding onto all of it and constantly going through it, burning up your AI tokens for no reason. There's a free tool called Printing Press that feeds Claude exactly what it needs and nothing else. So less waste, more accuracy, and you can build custom shortcuts for literally anything. I'm gonna show you how with 3 basic use cases that I had from last week. Okay, so let me explain this in the simplest way that I can. Think of Claude like a desk, and every tool you connect to it puts a giant binder on that desk. A Gmail binder, a website binder, an app binder. Pretty soon your desk is just covered in binders. And the moment you open one, Claude has to flip through the whole thing. And that's the problem. And here's what makes it worse. Those binders sit on your desk whether you're using them or not, every single session. Now imagine instead of a binder, someone handing Claude maybe a sticky note, just the exact answer that it needs. Clean, fast, no binder required. That sticky note is called a CLI, a command line interface. It just means a shortcut, a pre-built shortcut that grabs exactly what Claude needs and nothing more. And the numbers on this are wild. Mind Studio published a breakdown on this, and I'll link that in the description. The same task, an MCP server versus a CLI. The CLI used 35 times fewer tokens. And it gets better. One test pulled data from a website. 132,000 tokens came back, and only 2,000 of them actually entered Claude's context window. That's a 66x compression ratio, and these are real benchmarks. So what is Printing Press? Well, it's 2 things, and I want you to remember both of them. Number 1, it's a library. 85 pre-built shortcuts already made for you. Things like live sports scores from ESPN, flight searches, Craigslist, eBay, LinkedIn, restaurant reservations, Airbnb, Domino's. You can even get stuff from your Outlook calendar. It's ready to install, ready to use right now. Number 2, it's a factory. If the shortcut you need isn't in the library yet, you describe it in plain English, Claude Code researches the site, figures out how to get the data, builds you a working shortcut, and then actually tests it before handing it back to you. I did this with YouTube, took about 10 minutes, and here's the part that blew my mind. It works even on websites that make it nearly impossible to get clean data without jumping through hoops. Printing Press finds a way in anyways and hands Claude only the clean data it asks for. You just describe what you want in plain English, it handles everything else. To get started, you need 2 things: Go, which is a free programming language, and Claude Code. Both are free, both install in minutes. I'll drop the exact steps in the description so you don't have to write anything down. Once those are set up, one command installs Printing Press, and after that, you're just copying and pasting ready-made shortcuts from the library, or deciding what you want and letting Claude Code build one for you. And that's it. The whole setup for most people will take you maybe about 15 minutes. Now let me show you what this actually looks like. So my daughter got her phone stolen at Barstool Nashville this past weekend, but I didn't want her to pay full retail for replacement. Okay, well, that's what I wanted her to do, but ultimately she paid full price at Verizon, So normally what I do is just open up Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and I start doing the whole searching through location. I scroll through hundreds of listings, and half of them are just scams. And then I'd copy the link of one that I think might be real, and I paste it in Claude and ask it, hey, what do you think? And the whole process is just time consuming. With Printing Press, I just typed into Claude Code, find me an iPhone 16 Pro listing on Craigslist near Murfreesboro, Tennessee, under $800, sort by newest first, and right there in my terminal, clean listings, prices, locations, posting dates. No browser, no scrolling, no scams. Everything is just perfect. Claude already has this data, so I just kept going. Which of these has the most complete description? Which seller has been on Craigslist the longest? Right there, the same conversation. No copying and pasting. No tab switching. That's the difference. And that's just one of the 85 shortcuts in the library. This next one hit me immediately when I saw it. One of the hardest parts of any outreach, whether it's sales or sponsorships or partnerships, it's finding the right person to actually pitch to. Not just a general email, the actual actual decision maker. Because here's what happens when you get it wrong. You send a pitch to the wrong person, it sits in an inbox, nobody checks it, your deal just never happens. You're unheard. That used to mean digging through LinkedIn, guessing at email formats, and hoping that something kind of lands. With Contact Goat, which is in the printing press library, I can just type in, find me the right person at PopStroke in Nashville that could potentially help me get donations for a golf tournament. And there's no guessing, there's no digging, it's just the right person right now. And I tested this myself and it works. And the use cases for this are endless. Again, sales outreach, sponsorships, partnerships, recruiting, whoever you need to reach, this gets you to the right person faster. Real quick, if this is saving you money or time, please prove it by hitting the like button or dropping a comment. Tell me what CLI you're going to use first. It takes 2 seconds and it helps this get in front of more people who really need it, and I really appreciate it. So let's get to the final piece of this video. Everything I showed you so far, that's in the library, pre-built, ready to install. But what if the shortcut you need isn't in the library yet? That's where the factory comes in. So one of the most time-consuming parts of making videos is actually the research, figuring out what's working in my niche, what people are searching for, who am I competing with. Most people pay for tools like vidIQ or TubeBuddy to get that data. I built my own kind of for free, and I connected to my YouTube API key, went into the printing press factory and described exactly what I wanted in plain English. Build me a CLI that pulls trending videos in the AI productivity space, titles, channel, view count, publish date. About 10 minutes later, I had a custom shortcut built specifically for my workflow. Now I can type one command into Claude Code and get a clean list of what's trending in my niche right in my terminal. No browser, again, no tabs, no subscriptions needed. And here's what I do with the data. I feed it straight into Claude and say, based on these trending videos, what gaps do you see that I could fill? That's my content strategy, built on real data in about 2 minutes. I had a YouTube API key, I described what I wanted, and the factory built it. Okay, so let me bring this home fast. 1, Claude has a memory problem. The more you plug into it, the worse it gets. CLIs, they fix that. 2, Printing Press gives you 2 things: a library of 85 ready to go shortcuts and a factory to build your own. No code, just plain English. 3, I used all these things this week for real things like finding my daughter a deal for an iPhone, finding the right person to get a pitch for my golf tournament, and building my own YouTube research tool for free instead of paying for one. Go do some of this cool stuff with Printing Press now, and I'll see you in the next video.